Good morning, all, and welcome to Spirit Divine. Um, Good morning, all, and welcome to Spirit Divine. This will be the first copy time of 2023, and I hope to be doing more of these in the future. I do try to do them once a week, but with work and my spiritual commitments, it isn't always possible. I hope that you've all had a fantastic Christmas. Hi, Linda. And you've all had a good New Year, and I'd like to wish you all a happy New Year. Morning, Stacey. Lovely Stacey Cooper's with us. Um, but as usual, like with most New Years, I don't know about everybody else, but I sort of like getting reflective mood. New Year's, looking at what I've done and what I haven't done, and all the rest of it, and what is the best way for me to go into the new year. And as some of you may or may not know, thank you, Linda, as some of you may or may not know, I did my 40th anniversary of platform mediumship demo with the lovely Nikki Ferguson the other night. And you keep going onwards and upwards, young lady. All right, young Stacey. I just get a real feeling you're going to go from strength to strength. All right, you keep going. I'll be following, seeing how you're getting on. All right. But anyway, I celebrated my 40th anniversary, and it just sort of like got me to thinking. Hi, Lorraine. Lovely to see you here. Funnily enough, my posts, my daily posts were from an ex-girlfriend back in 2011. She said to me, "Why don't you do for a thought for a day?" Um, she said people might like that. People sort of like to get up in the morning and have something to get going. Have a good day, Stacey. Morning, morning, Eva. Yeah, I'm feeling a bit better. The cough shifting. Anyway, what was I saying, Lorraine? Yeah, an ex-girlfriend suggested to me back in 2011 that I should do a daily thought for a day, because people like to get up in the morning and have something to sort of start them off. So it'll be 12 years ago now. I started doing thoughts for the day. I'll see if I can get down for that, Linda. All right. But anyway, as I was saying, yeah, so I've been doing thoughts for the day for 12 years, and not only do I post to the Spirit Divine group, I post to my own page. Um, yeah, without spirit inspiration, Lorraine, I would be nothing. Um, yeah, I'll see if I can get down, Linda. Um, what was I going to say? Without spirit inspiration, Lorraine, I would be nothing. We mediums are nothing without spirit. Okay. Lorraine. Well, at times they are spirit guided. That sometimes I'm not going to post one for whatever reason, and spirits say to me, post it, and they're the ones that people sort of comment, well, I needed to hear that today. So hi Karen, happy New Year. Um, so yeah, I mean, spirit can see the bigger picture, can't they? And they know who looks at my posts, and they know what sort of like the states of your lives and everything like that. So they choose my thoughts for the day to send their little messages out to people, which I think is blooming fantastic. All right. But anyway, getting New Year's, being in a reflective mood, like everybody else. I'm wondering about. Morning, Stephen. Morning, Lisa. Sorry, you're not Stephen, are you? Morning, Lisa. Um, about wondering about the next year's platform service. What was I going to do? Spirit work in many ways, Lorraine. You know, and this is one of the reasons I do these copy times. Is to sort of like one of the reasons is to talk about how spirit works and how it all works and about universal life and everything like that. Hiya, Emma. Good morning. So anyway, I was thinking about how I'm gonna, how am I gonna go into next year, and I'm not amazing. I'm just me, Lisa. But thank you, Lisa. I just sort of like my wife told me off the other day, funnily enough, because she said some people like you because you're down to earth, but others hate you because you're too down to earth. And I just think I was taught in a very down to earth, very loving way, and that's the way I try to teach. Oh, morning, Sheila. Oh, thanks for that. I'm coming to Weymouth soon, I believe. Yeah, Veronica's all right. She's got the dressings off her arm. You know, at the moment she's squirreling because she's my little squirrel. I've had to lift the bed up for her because we've got storage under the bed. And she's squirreling under there, changing things about, looking for a dress because we're going to my brother-in-law's 60th birthday party tonight. So yeah, we'll have our dancing shoes on later. But anyway, I love coming to Wales, Linda. All right. I may have told you this before, Linda, but my dad's Welsh, and all my dad's side of the family are Welsh, and I love serving in Wales. Brings me a bit closer to my dad, even though he moved up to Slough when he was 7 years old. You know. I'm not here to give messages, Anne Cleland. There's just a lot going about. Okay, you may be run down, so I would sort of like eat foods that boost your immune system. You know what I mean? And get plenty of rest. And that's not from Spirit, that's from me. Right. Yeah, we will do, Lisa. Yeah, so when I serve Spirit in Wales, Linda, I love it because it brings me back to my family connections. All my family are from the Rhondda. My dad's side of the family from the Rhondda, Watstown. Yeah, have a lovely day, Lisa. Hello, Patrick. Good to see you're on the mend. We'll sort out a healing session. I'm trying to find a space this month, but I'm very busy this month. But I will be in touch. But anyway, I'll try and get back to what I was going to say. As I said, I did my 40th anniversary demonstration of mediumship with the lovely Nikki Ferguson. But it got me to thinking, you know, how am I going to, you know, with my spiritual services this year, how am I going to approach it? And I went back to being the 23-year-old boy when I first started out on platform, not knowing what was going to happen. You know, wishing the ground would open up. And it was sort of like when I did my first ever platform, it was like beaming me up Scotland. I nearly went to see Quiet Shepton Mallet. You're talking, yeah, seasons, reasons, a lifetime. Yeah, you're dead right, Lorraine. I haven't been booked for Ireland, mate, but if you want to come over, you'll be welcome. All right. Jojo, that wasn't my life story. That was sort of like a brief excerpt on my life. Um, my life story reads like War and Peace, but I don't know if you've bought my book. What I'll do is I'll send you a blog I wrote, or a couple of blogs I wrote. Okay, but I am blessed that you're inspired, Jojo's Home Decor. I really am. Brilliant. We'll keep an eye out on me posts, and you know, it'd be great to see you. That's brilliant. And what I want to add to hello, Catherine. What I want to say, thanks for joining Spirit Divine this morning. Glad to have you on board. This is one, following on from my comment to Jojo, this is why I'm so very down to earth, and you know, I'm not perfect, you know, and I know the pitfalls, and like I tell anybody that I teach, I'm teaching you how not to make the mistakes that I've made. All right, and you know, to be honest, I've got 2 books out, Lorraine. The first one's called Messenger. That's sort of like a bit of a biography with poems in it, and it's available on Amazon. And my second book is a collection, my complete collection of poetry, which is available on Amazon UK as well, and that's called Reflections. I'm going to read a poem from it a bit later on, okay, because the lovely Hazel suggested that I write poetry, that I read some of my poems out. But anyway, getting back to what I was going to say, yeah, we make mistakes. I mean, it does annoy me when you see sort of like mediums portraying themselves as being holier than thou, and that they're illumined in light, and they've had angels around them all the time. We are here to live a life, and we're here to learn from this life for the eternal progression of our soul. So, yeah. We live life, we have the ups and downs like everybody else do, and we make mistakes like everybody else do. And we do some wrong things, and we do some bad things at times. But me and a few other mediums, we're just quite open about it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, but getting back to my original point, that's the trouble with me, and my wife tells me off for this as well. I keep going off the point. But, sorry? My wife's talking to me now. Yeah, go on.
I said you make me sound like an ogre.
You're not an ogre, you're more dinky wifey.
Oh.
Yeah, but the good thing about... Yeah, I know what you mean, Patrick. Yeah, I have angels. The last few meditations I've done for myself, Jesus has appeared, and it's been beautiful. And, yeah... But yeah, we all have free will in this life, and we all have choice. So we should be mindful of the choices we're making. You know, that's one of the things I've learned. Anyway, getting back to my original point, is that I've decided for this year I'm going to be the 23-year-old boy again. You know, it's all a complete clean slate, and just do my best to serve Spirit in the best way that I can, and see where it all goes, you know, because I think at times, yeah, because yeah, the Rain Spirit just wants us to be truly ourselves. We can't like have a different persona. I like that, Sheila, that's the Spirit. Okay. But have been known to teach trance, but I will never ever do it online because I think it's unsafe. But I had a young lady, the lovely Laura Jones, come here um, just before Christmas, and I did a day's trance teaching with her, and she blended with spirit. She actually brought a guide through, and the guide spoke through her, which was amazing. I wasn't even expecting that. I thought, spirit would just, be working on blending with her and stuff like that. And she stayed for the evening for my last trance set, which she enjoyed. But if anybody's willing to come here and do a day's trance with me, I'm more than willing to. Catherine, you need to do trance in controlled conditions, okay? And you need a teacher that is a trance medium and who knows exactly what's going on around you. But yeah, I mean, it's all in that book that I was talking about. I just sort of like you. I just stumbled into trance. You know what I mean? But I hope, Catherine, that you've learned how to close down to spirit afterwards. Okay? Because spiritual protection is very important. What, just because the spirit slapped your face, Linda? Okay. See, what it is, when you get like things like hauntings, as they're known as, spirit are vibrating on a very dense earth level. So that's why they can move things, and that's why they can slap people's faces. Okay, it doesn't necessarily mean you're ready for trance at all. It just means that you're the one that was trying to remove the earthbound spirit, and like they were fighting back. Okay, but if you want to come to Colden Common sometime, Winchester, I'll be happy to do a day's training with you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. We should always sit for trance. I live near Winchester, Lorraine, and I first started out as a trance healer, Lorraine. Okay. But yeah, Linda, trance should always be done when you give spirit permission to do it. It shouldn't be them just taking you. Even when even though like years ago, way back in 1978, my Zulu guide just took me and everything like that. But there again, I wasn't being taught about spiritual protection and everything like that. It wasn't. It wouldn't. It wasn't until I got into Berenosis Circle that she taught me about opening and closing protection, and taught spirit to have some respect from me. Okay. Lorraine and anybody else interested in trance, I charge £50 for a day. Okay, for a trance session with me. That includes meditation, channeling energy, creating the right energies for the. It's before Southampton. Okay. But Southampton's our nearest big town. Hiya Brendel. Hiya Brenda. But trance should always be done in controlled conditions, and we should invite spirit in. They shouldn't just be taken as willy-nilly, okay, as they like it. Alright. Well, what I'll do is I'll do it on a one-to-one basis, because Lorraine, I teach trance on a one-to-one basis, because me and Dinky Wifey, we live in a tiny little mobile home, so it's
disruptive.
yeah, the wife just said disruptive, but we cannot fit more than one person in here with the cabinet and then everything like that. Because when I do demonstrate chants from here online, the cabinet is actually set up in the kitchen. So, you know, what I'll do is Lorraine and Linda, I'll message you and we can sort out some dates for trance workshop. But it is, you know, it is my time for the day and everything like that. So I charge £50 for the day. I hope that's okay. All right, but it will just be preparing your own channel and the room for trance. You could Anybody can DM me anytime they like, but yeah, DM me about it if you would like to, Lorraine. I don't believe I've gotten to my point, but anyway, yeah. Okay. But I will never ever teach trance online because it's dangerous. All right, I need to know what's going on with you and what's going on with spirit. Yeah, I do. I mean, I do wish, Patrick, that I had a bigger place because I could have a separate room. You know, for things like that. But that's the way it is. Me and the wife, we're quite cosy where we are. But you know, like the wife said about being disruptive. You know, when I'm doing a trance, it takes over the whole day basically. You know, because we have to build the energies, we have to set up the cabinet, and we have to make sure, you know, that we've been to the toilet because we've got to edge by the cabinet to get through to the toilet and things like that. You know, and we set. Lovely to see you, Eva. All right, but you know, with trance, you know, we set the cabinet up an hour and a half before we actually do the demonstration, and we build the energies and we play the music and everything like that. So, say I've got a trance starting at 8 p.m, we'll have it all set up by 6:30 and build the energies and everything like that. And you know, and then do the trance at 8, you know, and usually the trance doesn't finish by about 10. So, you know, it cuts out a large wedge of the day, and I do have to consider my wife. I only do trance on Facebook Live because I've done a couple of Zoom trances and somebody's unmuted themselves. Somebody's unmuted themselves and made the noise, and I've come back into my own being very, very hard, and it's taken me about a week to recover. But with Facebook Live, people can only type, they can't make noise. Okay, so whereabouts are you from, Lorraine? I know where Linda lives. I've been round her house, but yeah, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Patrick, that not a lot of people realise that working with spirit takes dedication and commitment. Yeah, it does. You know, like, Patrick, you know, like when you see a cymbal being hit, like in slow motion, you get all the vibration. That's what it's like when you come back hard into your body. You become the cymbal, like vibrating, and it's not very nice. If you would like to book me for a trance for Rumley, please do. But as I said, you know, trance here takes out a large wedge of our day. I have to think of the wife, and my wife, and my wife asks the questions. People type their questions, and she asked my spirit guide the questions. See why we started doing online trance sessions is because my guides wanted to come through me and do Q&A sessions so they could spread the teachings of spirit. you know, and that's simply why I do it. And there's also the transfiguration side of it as well, where people can see spirit guides, they see their loved ones, things like that, and that does tend to bring comfort to people. Thanks, Patrick. That's an honour coming from you. Yeah, not good, is it, Patrick? But my wife's seen the effects on me when somebody's made a noise, and you know, she's like a little mouse in here. But she does help me a lot. She helps me set up the cabinet. My wife has a beautiful energy, and it really adds to the energy of the room, because we have to create the conditions for spirit to work in. It has to be a loving vibration. Morning, Pamela. How you doing? Love and wonderful blessings to you too. Apologies, I'm still getting over this cold. But this year I'm looking at, even though I've been a platform medium for 40 years, I'm just going to go into this year with L plates on, like I did in 1983. You just take your time, Pamela, one step at a time. Well, it's just a lot of cough. I did test myself for COVID, Patrick, but that turned out negative. But I've had to take like the week off. Well, I worked Monday, and I worked Monday, but I had Tuesday and Wednesday off because Veronica went in for her operation, you know, and just sort of like look after her a bit. But I found work because I deliver meals to vulnerable people. They're all very elderly and stuff like that. I didn't want to pass on this infection to them, because they're very old and very frail, and I didn't want it on my conscience that catching a cold from me could finish them off. Thank you. Yeah, Veronica's on the mend. She's been doing her squirreling this morning, so I know she's happy. You know, she's been sorting out, you know, the cupboard, the drawers under the bed and stuff like that. Yeah, she's all right. She's looking forward to the party tonight, as I am, you know. But yeah, so this next year, this year now, I'm just going to have my all plates on and go through it. During my 40th anniversary demonstration, this is another point I wanted to bring up, is that there was one spirit communicator that was very, very shy, and was just basically communicating with me with energy, and she didn't want to come too forward. There had been separation between her and the person receiving the message for lots of years, and I think the spirit communicator was a bit embarrassed, but she wanted to sort of like communicate. So this brings me to the next point, you know, that we shouldn't put expectation on spirit as to how they communicate, what they give, because sometimes there are times when there are spirit communicators that want to make peace with people on earth, and all that emotion comes in. Oh, no, there. I used to deliver up there years ago. Yeah, you're about 2 hours away. See, spirit don't always, and I'm a Gemini, and my wife's April, and I think my wife's a Aries. Oh, my wife's an Aries. Hi, Karen. What was I going to say? I kept completely forgotten. You can tell I'm coming up 63 years old. I forget what I'm going to say. But what I'm saying is we shouldn't put expectation on what spirit communicates to us, because there are times when spirit want to make peace with people on earth and talk about some deeply personal stuff as well, you know, which they find difficult to communicate. This one communicator never actually showed me herself, but she gave me the energy of what was going on, you know. So, because a lot we find these days, there are quite a few mediums that work to a format. I don't think we can work to a format. We've got to be prepared to communicate with spirit in whichever way we come, in whichever way they come. Would you agree? Lovely to see you, Sheila. Thank you, humbled Sheila. And by allowing to spirit to communicate to us in the varying different ways that they do, my mother's a Pisces, is a Pisces, shall I say. But anyway, what was I going to say? You cannot work to a set format with spirit. You've got to be able to attune to the vibration or the energy of what they're saying, and that takes development. I run one online circle. It's a closed circle because I don't like open circles. I think they're a waste of time. I really do, and they're dangerous. That's very true, Pamela. Healing does take place on both sides of the world, the veil. So, you know, we shouldn't put expectations on the way spirit come to us or work to a set format. We've got to be able to have that attunement to be able to convey what they want to say, to bring that healing in on both sides of the veil. Okay? Not be there sort of like saying, look at me, I'm giving wonderful evidence. I know that sounds nasty, but that's just me. Open circles are dangerous just because you have people coming and going, and the energies are changing, and you don't know the level of spirit that's coming with them. That's right. I mean, this one communicator the other night was very sort of nervous and very edgy about stepping forward. She'd never communicated with a medium before, you know. So for people to turn around and say it's like this, it's like this, it's like this, and you should do this, that, and the other. Yeah, it works, but it won't work in every situation. You know, let's have that compassion for spirit as well as the people we're giving messages to. Yeah, I've had people mock me all the time, but after 40 years, I've fought some great put downs, put it that way. But yeah, so that's basically it. That's true. That's true. Or they regret what they did in Earth life. There's many reasons, you know. But we as mediums should have that attunement and that compassion. Without compassion, we as mediums are nothing. I'm doing a service tomorrow night at Thatcher. I'm really looking forward to that. That'll be my first in-person. Yeah, I think. Well, I do know this because I remember years and years ago when I was sitting at South or Manor Park Christian Spiritualist Church, as it was known back in the day. Um, yeah, that's right, Patrick. There was this woman who got a message from her ex-husband, and he come across like Jacob's Marley's ghost. You know, like on a Christmas Carol where Jacob Marley turns up all in chains because of all the bad deeds that he'd done in his life, with the chains. This gentleman, he was a greengrocer and he had 3 shops, but he was asking his wife forgiveness because he spent all the money from his 3 shops on wine, women, and song. And when he died, he left her bankrupt. It's in between Reading and Newbury, Patrick. So he was coming forward to ask for forgiveness. And I'll never ever forget that. It was a very powerful message that the medium gave to her. And you know, the woman said, "Why should I forgive him? You know, he left me destitute." So at times, as mediums, as healers, we have to give upliftment on both sides of the veils. You know what I mean? Hello, lovely Dawn. How are you? I hope you had a good New Year's Eve. How does that affect spirit? How can I say? Spirit of light and colour, but very much emotion, all that experience. So if they have them regrets about how they behaved on Earth, it can hold them closer to the Earth vibration, and they have to, you know, try and sort it out the best way they can. Okay, because when we feel we want forgiveness from another, or we want to do something for somebody else on Earth when we're in spirit, um, it holds us closer to the Earth, and we do our best to, you know, put that situation right by getting forgiveness or whatever. All right. Um, she was basically saying to the receiver of the message that she was sorry for not being in this woman's life from when she was a little girl, and the woman was sad because she knows she had died, and you know, and she was sad because she was wondering what life would be like if this lady had stayed in it. And as I said to the lady, Karen, we have to take the journey of forgiveness. If not for the person who done these wrong, wrong things to us, but just to free ourselves, you know. And as I said to the lady, you know, the other night, please take that journey of forgiveness. You know, have a good weekend, Brenda. Take that journey of forgiveness. You can't do it in 5 minutes. It can take any amount of time, but please make the steps to do that. That's true. All right. So I'm hoping, Karen, that you can find it in your heart to forgive. But that is a big, long journey, and if not for the person that's harmed you, do it for you, because it will set you free. And move on. We've had quite a serious chat this morning, haven't we? Yeah, you don't only set the person free, but you really set yourself free, and it allows you to move on. And those past hurts don't keep affecting you in your everyday life. Yeah. You know the teaching as above, so below. You know what I mean? I keep telling people Hitler went into spirit. Just take your time, Karen. Just allow yourself to feel those emotions as they come, and you know, and just when those emotions of fear and hurt, pain, anger, whatever the emotion is, fill their emotions up with love and light, and gradually you'll get there. Yeah, because Pamela, we don't seem to talk about our existence, that we are spirits living through a physical and a material, and we make our mistakes and everything like that. Hello, Debbie. And if we could all send Karen a little bit of healing as well to help her along the way. All right. I'll be trying to think of ideas for new workshops. You know, because I seem to be teaching the same old stuff for years and years and years. So, but you know, I'm trying to find the right way to word this, folks, and I'm hoping it will come to me. That's true. Yeah, yeah. I think you see, like way back in Circle many moons ago, you know, Spirit Guide Lee come along and taught us about each receiving according to their needs. Yeah, you've done one of my workshops, haven't you, Jojo? You did really well in that, actually. Yeah. The lovely Roy McKay's with us, and it's a real honour to have Roy McKay here. He's a very experienced, long-serving medium like myself. And yeah, it'd be great to have your input, Roy. But anyway, many years ago, Spirit Guide Lee come along, and he was teaching us about each receiving according to our needs. And that's not like winning the lottery and getting a date with Pamela Anderson or something like that. Okay, it's about what we. You're welcome, Roy. Um, it's about what we need to experience for our progression, for our spiritual progression, for our soul progression. Okay, so if we're ill, we don't get better or whatever, we learn from that illness. Okay, and we learn to adapt to that illness. Okay, we learn not to think, oh, I'm ill, woe is me, and we learn how to live life with that illness through love. Okay, because the question was asked, you know, why are so many horrible things happening to good people, and why are people dying who shouldn't die, and all the rest of it. And it's all part of the lessons that we need to learn on a spirit level, which then teaches us on a soul level for our progression. If that makes sense, folks. I was just going to say something, but it went clean out of my head. Okay, but everything that we have in life, good, bad, or indifferent, they are there teaching us things. You know, and if we can just open our hearts and minds and think, you know, what is this teaching me? What I'm learning through this? Okay, we can become developed. That's true spiritual development, actually. You know, what am I learning from this situation? What am I learning from this illness? You know, and trust me, this may sound corny or whatever, alright, but love is the guide. Alright? Start loving yourself and look at, and in loving yourself, you look at what's best for you and what's not good for you, and you start to reject the not the good bits. Okay? But you start looking at your own behaviour and you think, in which way am I behaving negatively? Which way am I affecting life? And yeah, we look to seek out more positive behaviours. We bring balance to ourselves, and in that way we are developing. But the lesson is always love, because my guides keep telling me that we're here on this earth plane to learn how to love. That's right, and then we start to have compassion, don't we, Pamela? Alright? That's a good topic to talk about. Only love is real, the rest is just an illusion. I do think we create so many unnecessary things in life that are the illusion. You know what I mean? And that's what we're learning how to do, Lorraine, is to love unconditionally. Okay? And that takes work. Alright? Like I've said a great many times, Spirit can only truly work through you if you have a loving and compassionate heart. Okay, it's not how good you are with the 5 clears, or how many hours you meditate a week or anything like that. Okay, it's about having a loving and compassionate heart. Spirit can then truly work through you. Yeah, I agree. We're here to, you know, as it's been said many times, and my guides have said it through me many times, is that life is like one big comprehensive school, and we're all in our different classes, which means we're all on our different levels of understanding. And we interact with those different classes and those different schools. You know, so that we can experience a great many things. Okay? One of the things that has helped me in life is just realise anybody that's hurt me or stitched me up or anything like that, I realise that that's their journey, and to wish them well on their way with love. Yes, but love very much teaches us about ourselves as well. But anyway, Jojo, I'm trying to think up new workshops to do. Okay. But what I would like to do, and my guides are nudging me to do this, is that I would like to invite 3 people round to do a trance sit, and those 3 people can ask my guides questions, not silly questions like when am I going to sell my house, or am I going to get married, not the usual questions. You know, but questions about eternal life, universal life, you know, and what the purpose of the spirit is on earth, and what we encounter on earth. Yeah, I'll do that working with energy bit in the understanding mediumship workshop. Proper spiritual questions, yeah, because we are spirits, Catherine. My guides are getting me to tell people now in addresses, when I do an address at church, that we're living our eternal life now, not when we pass away. Okay? So we should look at our lives, even in the physical and material earth planes. You know, we're still governed by universal and natural law. So that's right, Pamela. So we should look at ourselves, you know, as living our eternity now, because when we do pass away, we're taking them experiences with us. So it just helps us to makes us mindful to live as loving and as productive life as possible. And whatever bad times, you know, happen to us, to seek out the most loving, compassionate, forgiving, kind solution to those problems. You know, spiritual development isn't easy. Well, Lorraine, working with energy, I'll do that as part of my understanding mediumship workshop, because you know, because I think anybody who does this has to learn how to understand energy to be able to work with it and to be able to attune to it, because that energy is vibration, is it not? And as I said to you the other night, this lady was communicating me purely with energy, which is vibration, so I had to attune to the vibration of what she was saying to get the message. Yeah, you're right, Pamela. We don't go to spirit physically as we are, but some do. You know what I mean? Because some don't realise that they've died, or they need to be close to the earth in one way or another. I will say this, and this comes from the spirit guide lead: spirit only show themselves in physical form just purely for recognition, nothing else. That's right. And I'm often saying, Pamela, you know, to work with spirit, in whichever way we work with spirit, we have to use our whole selves. Because spirit come in many different ways and communicate on many different levels. So we should be able to be prepared to work on many different levels. You know, and like I said the other night, this lady that was communicating wasn't used to communicating through a medium. Also, she was very shy. She didn't want to tell me too much because she didn't want me to think of her in a bad way. But we have to be unconditional when we communicate with spirit. And yes, it's the truth, all are connected, everything. Not only us, but the blades of grass, you know, the trees, the cows, the pigs, everything. Every life form is connected. Shall I read you a poem from my book Reflections? Yes, please, through the poem. Right, this is actually quite apt. Alright, and it's a poem called Revelation. Divine truth lies naked within the heart. Sorry, I'll start that again. Revelation. Divine truth lies naked within the heart, waiting for the mind to awaken. Divine truth, beautiful in all its innocence, a revelation of creation's sacred gifts, to reveal our purpose and vocation. Be still, be quiet, and listen to our divine truth and calling. This life has many paths to walk. Choices lead us away from our true path, leading to misery and heartache. We become lost and disillusioned. There are no ends, only beginnings for the divine truth to reveal itself in our compassionate vision, guiding us to a pathway of service to others known or unknown. All hearts are called to serve. Divine truth will light the way. And it was my spirit guides that gave me that poem, okay? And I hope you enjoyed that poem, okay? Are there any more questions? I feel we've had a good workout today. I feel we've had a good session. Anyway, that poem is from my book, Reflections. It's a complete collection of my poems. Some of them are what I've written about my own self and my own life and my own observations, but a lot of them are spirit guided. Are there any questions, please? We've got 5 more minutes. I feel we've had a good proper chat. So this is what I miss. I remember years ago down at Manor Park Christian Spiritualist Church, after the service, we'd all have cups of teas. And we'd all get in like it, there was like a little lobby area, and we'd all get there and we'd all chat. And we'd have conversations like we're having today, and it was wonderful. Very true. Hiya, Marina. Hi, Dinky Claire. I think being still and being in the quiet. Yeah, I have taught psychometry, but that's attunement to vibration, isn't it, Roy? You see, the basic teachings with mediumship, you know, it goes on to many other applications. You know, if you can attune to vibration, you can do psychometry. I don't know if you would agree with that. I could do a psychometry workshop, I suppose. Yeah. I remember years ago in Circle. Well, I'm going to read you another poem, and it's just about that. I think sitting in the quiet, and like I tell people, with communicating with spirit, with working with spirit, we have to remove the self so we can be a clear channel for the messages. Okay. So with being still and being quiet, we have to quieten the mind, because it is only us that makes the noise. Okay. Come on my basic mediumship workshop, Lorraine, please book. I'm going to work out when to do it. It's online. I do it in very small groups, so I can give sort of like one-to-one teaching more and teach to the level of the person. All right. I'm going to read 2 poems. I'm just trying to find this other poem. Right. We've got to be aware that it's only us that makes the noise. So if we can quieten heart and mind, it allows those that inspire us from the spirit, such as angels and spirit guides, to draw close. And they speak to us through our heart and through our mind. It also allows our loved ones to come through as well, okay, and be around us, and we can get the sense and we can get the feel of them. Always ask for spirit protection first. All right. But this is a poem I wrote called Just Being. All right. And I think it's a good exercise to do this at least once a week. All right. But anyway, here is the poem Just Being. When time is still and silent, rest a while and just be. Gift yourself this moment of peaceful solitude, to be aware in your truth. Make peace with your trials. Wash away doubt and confusion. Heal the pain of hurt inside. You are alone now, just be. Your soul yearning to be heard. Silence your squabbling mind. Open your heart and listen to your soul's teaching, and just be. Your truth is to become within the best of all you can be. And I hope that you enjoyed that poem. But yeah, I think everybody should just sort of like sit quietly, quieten themselves and just relax. And, you know, just for sort of like half hour, something like that. You don't need to sit there all day or all night or whatever. Okay, and just listen to what you're saying to yourself, if anything. You know, or just quieten yourself enough so that your inspirers can give you a little bit of insight on where to go. You know. But we cover that, removing of the self, we cover that in the Understanding Mediumship workshop, Lorraine. I'm going to look to see when I can get a date for that, because for the first 3 months of this year, I'm really, really busy. You know, because I do work as well, so with my spiritual commitments, I run a circle, and you know, I need some time to rest because I'm not 30 years old anymore. I'm 62. And I do get very, very tired with one thing and another. Okay. Any more questions, please? That's very true, Roy. Life is full of living. Okay. And I do know from years of communicating with Spirit, and Roy will agree with me, that Spirit want us to have the best life we can and live the best life we can. That takes practice, Marina. You know, lovely to see you as well, Karen. And I will be posting anything like workshops or anything like that. Okay. But if anybody would like to come to a private transit, I can allow 3 people here and who want to ask proper questions of my guides. And we will write down the answers, and I will post the answers, the questions and the answers, just to spread some spiritual teaching. Okay? I really enjoyed speaking to you all today, and I feel I've got something out of it, and I hope you guys have too. You know. Thanks, Roy. Right, pardon me. My guides are telling me to go now. God bless you all. And I'm not going to read this poem, but this is a spirit guided poem, and I'm going to lead you with this thought. Fill your hearts with love. God bless you all. Take care. Have a beautiful day.